Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So it seems like just about every single day there's somebody in California who is coming up with some new type of gun control plan to implement on the people of California to try and further restrict their Second Amendment rights. Well, today I want to talk to you guys about approximately eight new ordinances that would do just that. Basically avoiding the California legislature to impose gun control on the people of California. So let's talk about them. Now, real quick before we get started, if you wouldn't mind, check out the main sponsor of this channel. I'll have a link to them down below, and that is the USCCA. With your USCCA membership, you get things like self-defense liability insurance. You get online education. You get training and how to respond to certain situations. There's reciprocity maps and a lot more. So definitely check out the sponsor of this channel, USCCA. So California over the past couple decades has really leaned on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to get what they want done. So they pass some type of gun control. They know that it's unconstitutional, but the Ninth Circuit is going to use a two-step approach, and they're going to basically uphold whatever gun control California passes. Since the Bruin decision came down, it's been a little bit more difficult for California. As a matter of fact, they wanted to impose some carry restrictions across the state that did not work out, that did not go through, and a lot of that has to do with Bruin. So California has decided they're going to try a different way. California has some of the biggest counties in the entire country. As a matter of fact, LA County has over 10 million people in its population. Compare that to somewhere like Nevada, where I live, which only has an entire statewide population of just over 3 million. So in the entire state of Nevada, just over 3 million people. LA County alone, over 10 million people. So what are they doing? Well, they decided that they're going to go ahead and support ordinances. So the LA County Board of Supervisors has decided that they were going to do some research. And post-Bruin, they put out a study and had some people do some research on their behalf of what types of gun control could they impose in LA County that wouldn't go against Bruin and wouldn't require the state legislature. Well, as some of those things came back and they started researching what they could possibly do, they came up with not just guns and ammo bans, but regulations on who, what, where, and when you could actually get something. So we're going to go ahead and start off by talking about the gun and ammo ban that is basically going to affect the people in LA County. And again, this is major because you're talking about, you know, a population larger than some states here. But this is a gun and ammo ban that I think might surprise some people. Now, try and keep in mind that this is all set to be voted on by the LA County Board of Supervisors fairly soon, and they've indicated that this is a vote that will go through. Now, what they want to do first is they want to outright ban the sale of 50 caliber handguns and 50 caliber ammunition. Now, like I said, that might surprise some people. They think that 50 cal is illegal in California. But what is illegal in California is specifically 50 BMG. So you could still have a 500 Smith & Wesson, you could still have a Desert Eagle chambered in 50 cal, things like that. But with this new ordinance, they will outright ban the sale of any 50 caliber handguns and 50 caliber ammunition. You would not be able to acquire it. Now, I want to read the rest of the ordinances to you so I make sure that I get it right. I'll also put it up on the screen so you can read along with me. But one of the things that they have proposed here is actually using taxpayer money, so LA County taxpayer money, to advocate to the state for even more gun control. So they'd be using Californians' money to try and take away their own rights. And one of the things they're looking to do here has already been found to be completely unconstitutional, but we'll go ahead and, we'll read this anyway. So it says, "We therefore move that the Board of Supervisors direct County Council to do the following: draft the following ordinances and report back with the proposal language in 90 days, an ordinance banning the sale of 50 caliber handguns and ammunition in unincorporated Los Angeles County. And B, an ordinance implementing zoning regulations with a buffer zone between gun and or ammunition dealers and sensitive areas, e.g. schools, daycares, parks, etc., in unincorporated Los Angeles County, and an ordinance prohibiting carrying possession of firearms on LA County property." So LA County has taken it upon themselves that if you go on any LA County property, you're no longer going to be able to carry there, even if you're able to obtain your carry license. So they're basically taking FFLs, saying that you're not going to be able to build FFLs near any one of their specified sensitive areas, and I'm sure this list is going to eventually grow, but you won't be able to open an FFL or run an FFL next to a sensitive area, and you won't be able to carry in any LA County property. Draft the following amendments to the county code in consultation with treasurer and tax collector as needed, and report back with the proposed language in 90 days. Requires ammunition dealers to obtain a Los Angeles County business license and to comply with the same operational requirements applicable to gun dealers, licensed gun dealers. So basically what they're saying now is if you're a vendor in California, so you have to get your ammunition vendor's license. If you're a vendor, they're now going to make you get a LA County business license on top of that, and they're going to hold the same standards that the statewide vendor's license would hold. Let's see, this also restricts minors' presence in gun and ammunition stores and requires corresponding signage to be posted at the entrance. So they're no longer even going to be allowed. Anybody that's under the age of 18 is no longer even going to be allowed in the store. And this says that as part of the county ordinance, there's going to have to be a sign up on the front of the store to basically, state that, right? Requires firearms and ammunition dealers to maintain a fingerprint log. Requires firearms and ammunition dealers to maintain and report inventory in real time on a weekly basis at a minimum. In real time, on a weekly basis, reporting inventory to the county of California. That's on top of the state. That's on top of what's required by the federal government. This is a county ordinance, okay? So this is pretty incredible. Requires firearms and ammunition dealers to install and maintain security cameras. Requires firearms and ammunition dealers to provide purchasers a letter regarding gun owner responsibilities and laws, along with options for nearby safety classes. Update all references to code and penal code, blah, 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 and so forth. And then it tells you a little bit more. But this next part is what I was talking about, where they're going to be using taxpayer money to advocate for even more gun control. So it says here, we further move that the Board of Supervisors direct the Chief Executive Office's Legislative Affairs and Intergovernmental Relations branch to advocate in support of federal and state legislation that would prohibit persons who are on the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation's no-fly list from purchasing or possessing a firearm. So what they're going to do is they're going to take taxpayer money and they're going to use a governmental office to advocate not only the state, but the federal government to try and remove Second Amendment rights from anybody who is on that no-fly list. So California will pretty much never stop trying to restrict your rights. The problem is that there's nobody there to impede them from doing this. There's not enough people that are in positions of power to push back against things like this. It is a one-party state. It is controlled by that party, and whatever that party wants, that party gets. That's pretty much what happens in California. So somebody comes up with an idea. They know that they already have the most gun control in the entire country, but they want to look good to their constituents, right? Their voters that want this type of thing. So they'll just try and come up with anything, something new that they can put forward to say, hey, look, I did this. I did something, which is, something that they like to say. So they'll come up with whatever weird off-the-wall scheme that they can in order to get that something that they can say to their voters that they did. That's what happens in California. And until California changes and goes from a one-party state to a two-party state, or just changes ownership altogether, that's what you're going to see. So the only thing that you can do about this is that you can just speak your voice to those people that are in charge and let them know that if they want to maintain that office that they hold, they're not going to implement things like this, ordinances like this, and go around the California legislature. And so when there's board meetings, when there's city council meetings, when there are meetings of any kind where you can speak your voice on topics like this, you need to go. You need to find a way to take that time to go get up there and take that 30 seconds or a minute, whatever it is that they give you, and voice your opposition to this. Because if the only people that show up to these things are the people that are advocating for it and they don't see any opposition to it, they're just going to continue on with it because they think there's not going to be any risk to their job. But if you show them that, hey, you may not be reelected, okay, because you're not going to get my vote if you put something like this forward, well, maybe they'll think twice because that's really all they care about to begin with. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. The situation never seems to get any better in California. But I want to thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.